Okay, so hopefully you were able to get those 3 applications installed pretty easily. And so on your browser, you should see something like the elephant icon that is for the web clipper, and then a little lamp for clearly. And then when you launch Sketch, on the Mac at least, it looks like this, and it looks similar on Windows as well. And we'll look at how to use each of these 3 tools here in a second. So if we're searching the web and we find a page that we think is useful, or one that we want to keep, or one we want to share with someone, what we can do is, and this is the Evernote App Center page, and it has a lot of good applications. Some are free, some are paid. There's categories down here that you can search for applications for that specific field. But if you find a page that you think is interesting, what you can do is you can click on the Evernote Clipper, and you'll get this little fly out menu, and you can choose how you want to clip. You want to clip the whole article or the full page. What I want here is just the bookmark. So I'm going to choose that bookmark, and I'm going to click on this Evernote and make sure that it's going in my inbox. I could make it go in whichever notebook I want to, but I'm going to choose the inbox. And I'm not going to worry about a tag right now. We could add a comment as well. And then I'm going to click on the share button. Now, as far as sharing goes, I could share with the social media applications if I had my Evernote account linked to those, but I don't right now. I can click on the email, and I can send this to a friend or a colleague, someone that I think might find this page interesting. And so we'll send this to our other little account. We'll type in a little message and then click send. And then once we do that, we can click the update, and we will close this. If we go back to our Evernote account, under the inbox, we now have that web clipping. And if we go check the email that we sent or shared that with, you'll see that here it is. So here's the email, and here's the link and a little clipping of what this is all about. So that is a very helpful tool. Now, if you didn't want to share it directly from that page, again, right within your note here, you could also click on share and choose email and put the email address in there and the message and send it that way. But we don't need to do that twice. Okay, so that's how you could use the web clipper. Now, let's say we are reading an article on a website. And here's an article on the online version of the New Yorker. And you can see, and this is typical of a lot of articles online, you've got all kinds of different ads and advertisements and images and things down the sidebars here. Just clutters up the article that you want to read. Now, here's kind of a neat image, and this has to do with the Cosmos show that's been airing lately on Fox. But let's say I wanted to clip that image. I could go down and fire up my Sketch application, and this will come up, and I'll just click on the screen snap. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a grab or a snap of this image right here. And once you've done that, you choose capture, and it puts it right in there for you. Now, at this point, I can annotate it. You can write text on it, highlight it, do whatever you want. You can change the colors here. But right now, this is all I want. And actually, I don't even care about that. So I'm going to highlight it and get rid of it. But I'm going to click Save. And once I click Save, you see this little sync button go in here. And we'll get this out of our way. And then we can go back to Evernote. And when I go into Sketch, there is the image that we just snagged. So pretty cool, huh? All right, so let's go back to the article. Now, let's say I actually wanted to read this article. I just didn't want to just grab an image. If I click on clearly here, what this does is it gets rid of all of that clutter. And so I can just read the article, just the text with the relevant images, and I don't have to mess with all those advertisements. So that is another very cool tool available to you freely within Evernote. We'll go ahead and close these out, and we'll go back to our inbox. Okay, so that's quite a lot here in this session. We've looked at different ways of adding text and different ways of clipping information and getting images and things of that sort that we find interesting and useful here. We've talked about the different ways to toggle the user interface and different ways that we can list the views or sort our notes. Let's go up here to the account information here for just a second. So I'm going to click on account settings, and there is a lot of information under here. You've got your account summaries, tells you how much information you've used for this month and how many days you have left before you use up your allotted amount. We're using the free account, remember. Gives you your username and email, and you can manage these things here. The one thing I wanted to point out to you under this section is this email address, email notes to. This is a unique email address that Evernote provides you, and you can use this to actually send notes directly to this email, and they'll go directly into your Evernote account. This is very useful when you're using mobile applications on your iPhone or iPad or other smartphone devices. You've got a reset button here, and you would use this if you hover over the question mark. If you start getting a lot of spam in that email for whatever reason, and I'm not sure why you would, but if you ever do, you can go here and click the reset button, and Evernote will generate a brand new email for you, and you can begin using that. So, as I say, this is a very useful little email address, and we'll demonstrate how you can use that here in a second. It's a good way when you're on the move with your mobile devices to get images and notes into your Evernote account. So we'll look at that here in a second.